Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy anniversary. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis on our third year to the day of broadcasting live and sharing the joys of living in Mexico. We got a big show today. We got a lot to cover. Thank you all for coming to share your Saturday morning or early afternoon with us. And if you're new here, let us know who you are and where you are. It's a beautiful day here in Mazatlan. It's about 72 degrees right now. It'll go up to 83. Not a cloud in the sky. I'm 2 blocks away from the beach. This is our third year anniversary. I was monetized 3 years ago today. And to get monetized on YouTube, what do you have to do that? I think you need like 5,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. And that happened pretty quickly. So on January 7th, I guess it was 2021, I was living in Chapala. And that's when we all came to life. Oh, looky who's here. Looky who's here. None other than James and Rena in San Antonio. And I think Mr. Webb is in San Antonio. Mr. Webb, are you in San Antonio or are you back in Hazard? I got a special image to show of Mr. Webb and his wife. I got a special image to show there. Miss Sam, hello to you. Brian Maiden in the house. Good morning. Jack Webb is in Ahiheek. I wonder if James and Rena and Jack Webb are going to get together. And now that I know that Jack Webb is here, he sent me a picture, and here is Jack Webb. I gotta close that comment there. Here is Jack Webb and his wife, I think her name is Pam, with their permanent visas in Albaro. There you go. There, and I talk about Albaro all the time, and Jack Webb talked to Albaro about those of you that have emailed him and have gotten no response. And Albaro emailed me and said, well, he hasn't received the emails. So just keep on trying, keep on calling him. But congratulations. I think it's Pam and Jack Webb. They're showing their permanent visas. And Jack Webb, notice I have blocked out all pertinent information on your visa so that people that are trying to steal your information can't get to it. But congratulations. Congratulations. And now you guys know what Jack Webb looks like. Yeah, let's get together. Yeah, hook up. Jack Webb, I bet he's a bunch of fun. I hope you guys have each other's contact information. If not, I have all of your contact information. Stephen, Ola, Bill, hope all is well and looking forward to the transition to Morelia. Right on. Yeah, William Stoneman. William Stoneman has been all down to Puerto Vallarta, Bucerias, Sayulita. Yeah, he been traveling. Let us know where you are. We have Dave James in the house from Port Angeles, Washington, and Judith Grace from Querétaro. I got to go there and visit and see what's happening there. Matt, Ola, everybody in the house logged in from Ahiheek. We got people from Mexico, the United States, the state of Washington, people all over. Even Mr. Liston Henry is in the house. I'm happy you could show up. Jack Webb, James and Rena, how about tomorrow evening? We got a party started. We got a party started in Ahiheek. Have Jack Webb cook you up some of them ribs and all that food he's always talking about. Yeah, I'd like to be there. So if you're in the Ahiheek area, you might want to hook up with Jack Webb and James and Rena. The party is on officially. Mary Jane, chilly and sunny in Denver. Happy to have you in the house. J.R. Fritch. Greetings from Cordova, Alaska. Coco Mongo is in the house. Ray Garcia, hola from El Paso. Yeah, okay, now Stephen Nathan, Mid Canada. Okay, party on, party on. Sent you my PH. No. Okay. Okay, so let's get this party started. Yeah, the weather's great down here. We're lucky today. We have electricity. We have 2 cameras working right now, as you can see, but we have electricity. We have high-speed internet. I'm only paying for 100 meg, but somehow it doubled. Now it's up to 256 meg. Happened by accident. I don't know what, but I can live with it. Yeah, we have electricity. Internet's good. Cameras are working. It's a great day. I want to start out with it's I do want to talk about the joys of living in Mexico specifically. I put up a new video this week with this guy. His name is Dennis Gordon. He's 77 years old. And he emailed me and he just said, "Hey, I want to tell you my story." His wife died kind of recently, not real recently, but it kind of messed him up. And he's a Vietnam War vet. And he was just saying, "I want to tell you my story." So he came over here Tuesday morning and we went down to the pool, set up the camera, and we did like a 1-hour interview. That video just went up Tuesday of this week. He's a very interesting person, a lot of chutzpah, and he loves Mexico. Another couple that I don't have their video or anything, Dr. Michelle. She has a PhD in accounting, a soul sister, and her husband, Jimmy and Michelle, the doctor. Yeah, we went to breakfast on the beach yesterday and just had like 2 hours of wonderful conversation. They're down here for 2 weeks. They leave Mazatlan tomorrow. They were just so happy. They live in Florida. They were born in the Florida and Georgia areas, and they were in total bliss. And they're looking to move to Mazatlan. Michelle is retired, and Jimmy is getting ready to retire at the end of this year. And they found a place to stay when they moved down here, and it really surprised me. They found a place here in Mazatlan, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms for $400 a month. They were in total bliss. And that's what I try to share with people. It's the joys of living in Mexico. That's what we're all about. Mexico is really chilled out. There you go. Brian Maiden watched it. Okay, we got action going on, conversations going on here. And one of the beauties of living in Mexico is you never know what you are going to see. You just never know what you're going to see. And before I show you stuff about what you're never going to see, let's take a peek at one of these beautiful sundowns. This happens every night. I've had beautiful sundowns in Mexico everywhere I've lived. Puerto Vallarta, Chapala, even Guadalajara, here in Mazatlan. And sun up or sun down, it's beautiful here all of the time. Yeah. It's just beautiful. And then I've got this video clip for you here. This is a side tip. This is the construction going on across the street That's been going on for 9 months. And they bring their stereo equipment. They blast their music all day, 6 days a week. 9 months ago, that was just a plot of grass. Looks like a Barbie doll house, doesn't it? But yeah. And that's why when I go to Walmart and you walk in the front door and they got those 5-foot stereo speakers that connect to radio and your telephone, and they're on sale for like $25. I think, oh no, because the construction workers are going to use that across the street. And fortunately, my apartment is a little bit away, and once I shut the door, I really can't hear them. So that's okay. Another thing about the joys of living in Mexico is you never know what you're going to see. I haven't I've been throughout Europe. I've been to Great Britain. I've been to Turkey, Italy, Germany, Canada, and Mexico and the United States. That's it. So I'm not a world traveler. So I guess everywhere has their everybody has different ways that they get things done. But you got to see this. Okay. Our building where I live is under serious construction. The people that own this building, they must have big money. They got 20 people in here doing construction every day. But they're redoing the wall. You're going to see it in a minute. And they're painting it. It's an 8-story building. Now, check this out. This is a part of the joys of living in Mexico. You never know what you're going to see, especially when it comes to construction. So check this out. Now, that's down by the pool. I'm going to zoom in there. And there are 2 guys down there with ropes. And the ropes are tied to the rooftop. And there you go. So some guy is painting that wall right there to the right of the air conditioners. And you can see the 2 ropes going up, and you can see the paint buckets on that platform. So the guy's going to get on that platform, and he's been out there all week. All week, the guy has been on that platform. Okay, so how do they make sure that the platform doesn't fall down? Well, it's kind of hard to see here, but you can see the ladder. The ladders, it's hard to see, but there's a ladder down there in the middle of the screen, and there are 2 guys on that deck. But you can see the guy's feet, and you can barely see the other guy on the left. He's kind of walking around, but they hold those 2 ropes all day. They hold those 2 ropes all day long. Now, I don't know what they would do in the United States to paint that. I would think that they would bring in some kind of little shuttle truck, and there would be like like an elevator on it, and the dude just go up and down on the little shuttle truck and paint the wall like that. No. You never know what you're going to see here in Mexico. And that's one of the joys of living in Mexico. Okay, now here we go. Miriam Newmark, my neighbor. Greeting Miriam. Miriam, are you still in the building? I haven't seen you in a long time. I looked down at your apartment, or I look up at your window. It looks like everything's all shut down. Do you still live here? I haven't seen you in a long time. Jack Webb. Our friends came down here with us. Katie is showing them 4 houses tomorrow, including that house in Upper Ajijic you and Katie showcased a few weeks ago. Well, I hope they go for it. Now, I know Katie will show them some great properties. And Katie Ibarra, if you are in the market to purchase property in the lakeside area, that would be Chapala, Ajijic, Jocotepec, contact Katie Ibarra. If you go to buildthegeek.com, You can find all of her contact information in there under FAQs. And Katie joins us the first week of every month. In fact, she'll and the first week of February is next weekend. Can you believe it? February is January is almost over. It's almost over. Can you believe that? Happy New Year late. And Jamie, good morning. Congrats on 3 years. Jamie, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. And this is how we can buy all of our lovely microphones and cameras and take trips. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Lenora Wilson in the house. Good morning, everyone. And Katrina the Maker is in the house. Welcome, Katrina. I get confused which camera's turned on. Welcome. And if you're new here, ask any questions you would like. Make any statements that you would like. We're here to help you if you're thinking about living in Mexico or moving to Mexico. Immigration questions. People ask us, the group, where should I live first? How do I find a house? How do I find an apartment? What do you do for gas? What do you do for electricity? How's the internet? If you have any questions, hey, we're very loving and helpful people here. Let's see what else is going on here. I'm looking at my list here. Okay. And if you're new here, click the subscribe button. And like Brian Maiden says, don't forget to click the like button. And Bill, I will let you keep my fee this week. Thank Brian Maiden. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Okay, I got my notes here. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Stephen. Bringing in them Canadian dollars, and the Canadian dollar is really going up. That's worth about $13 million in the United States. Stephen, Nathan, and I've had breakfast with Stephen and his son. Wonderful people. Thanks so much. Okay, now here we go. I read you must pay 3 months rent to secure an apartment. What if you are only planning to stay for 2 months? How does that work with required deposit? I don't know. Honestly, uninterested. I don't know who you've been talking to, but that information is total crap. Everything in Mexico is negotiable. And I have never heard of anyone. I've been down here almost 20 years. Honestly, how you like that? I've been down here almost 20 years. No one, I've lived in probably, I don't know how many apartments I have paid rent for, but I have never, ever, no landlord has ever even farted out the idea of 3 months in advance. I don't think so. And I did a video about 2 or 3 weeks ago about how I found my apartment in Morelia in 10 hours on Facebook. Watch that video. That'll show you how to find exactly what you want. I got into this place. It's what's usual down here is what is very usual is you pay 1 month's rent, and then usually the equivalent charge of the rent is the deposit. So when I moved into this place, and I think this has been true every apartment that I have had in Mexico, you pay 1 month's rent, you pay a 1 month deposit, which is equivalent to the rent. And then when you leave, you get your deposit back. That's how it works. Now, if you're only looking for 2 or 3 months, I really suggest you Oh, I, I mean, I can talk all day Saturday, but what I suggest is get the Airbnb app on your phone and search for the city you want to live in Mexico and start looking at Airbnbs in that city. And it never fails because now instead of staying in hotels when I go places, now I'm staying in Airbnbs. So what I would do is go into the Airbnb, start looking at places to stay, and look for a manager's name that shows up frequently. Like you'll see some manager's name like Jose Fernandez. Okay, you see him over there. Then you see him over here. Oh, this place is also managed by Jose Fernandez. Then you go over here. Oh, here's a third property, Jose Fernandez. Then contact Jose, because apparently Jose has a bunch of Airbnbs. And most likely, Jose not only has Airbnbs, but he can rent you an apartment for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and not at an Airbnb rate. He'll rent to you on a different rate. That's how I found my apartment in Morelia. I'm going to be paying $532 a month for 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Now, Crazy Boy Radio in the house. I'd like to be on your channel. You guys broadcast. I haven't heard any of your broadcasts, but I would love to get on a broadcast. We've been missing you here for about a month. Great to see you in the house, Ms. Sam. Bill, I will be in Guadalajara next week to pick up my green card, but plan to live in Morelia. How far is Morelia from Guadalajara? And is it wise to take the bus? Okay. Boy, man, I love it when you people ask me questions that I actually have an answer to. Thank you so much for that question. Now, let's turn that off. Okay, and let's get Mr. Map out. There you go. Let me open up Mr. Map. Here we can see Mazatlan. Let's zoom out. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. The power of the Zoom is in the room. Power of the Zoom is in the room. Hey, hit me. Okay, so here we go. Let's zoom in a tad here. Okay, so we can see Guadalajara right there. Of course, I'm in Mazatlan. Oh, I don't know what I just did. I just did something. I touched something funny. So let's fix that back up. Okay, here we go. So I'm over here in Mazatlan. So when I went to Morelia the first time, I took the bus from Mazatlan to Guadalajara. Bad move. That took me forever. It's almost 8 hours. If you were driving, it would take like 5 hours, but it literally takes 2 hours to get through Guadalajara on your way to Morelia. Guadalajara is bus hell. Okay, so I got to Guadalajara on the bus, and then I took a bus to Morelia. From Guadalajara to Morelia is about a 3.5 hour bus ride. 3.5 hour bus ride. That's what I'm talking about. So 3.5 hour bus ride is right on the edge of my limit these days for bus rides. 3.5 hours is not bad at all. And the buses are very nice. Very nice. If you're getting your green card, which I don't really know what that means. Anyway, but if I was traveling from Guadalajara to Morelia, I would fly into Leon and then take a bus down to Morelia. So there you go. I hope that answers your question. And if I didn't answer your question, just let me know. Metabemba. I saw on Mexican news that 40 to 45% of all businesses in Mexico City are extorted for money with threat of death, and it is worse in other cities. As a YouTuber, are you ever concerned you might be targeted? No. I've been here 18 and a half years, and I'm just thinking, I go into, we call them tiendas down here, little stores that sell everything, or little beer shops, restaurants. I don't know of no business owner that I've known in 18 and a half years has mentioned that. Maybe it's just unsaid. Maybe they're paying money to somebody. It's just like paying taxes. No, that's and there's a lot of fear mongering that is broadcast about so I don't know. I've never, in 18 and a half years, and I've met many a business owner because I shop a lot. I've never heard of that happening to anyone. Yes, live radio. Crazy boy. Would love to be on your show. You have my email address, I'm sure. Steve, with short term, you only want furnished, which is a different animal. Okay, whatever. Crazy boy. Sorry, was on holidays. Hit up the East Coast from Isla Halbox down to Belize. Okay, I got a subscriber. In Belize, Maria. Right now she's in Texas. I think she's from Belize. She's moving back down there. And if she moves back down to Belize, I'm going to go visit her and do a video about Belize. She says she knows Belize like the back of her hand. I've never been there. Okay, there you go. Yeah, sure. Do what I can with what I got. Now, let's do some time travel. This is our 3rd anniversary. So I want to do some time travel. Okay, here we go. We started out the channel in Chapala. Of course, Chapala is right next to Ajijic, and I had no clue what I was doing. Also, I'm going to say a big mistake I made as a YouTuber was I went out and bought like a $700 Canon camera and a $200 gimbal to stabilize the camera. That was so unnecessary. I'm using an iPhone 8. And it does a great job. I can connect my drone images to the iPhone 8. So if you're thinking about buying a camera, I don't know. These phones are working pretty good these days, and I don't know who needs a professional camera, but whatever. So this is from one of my first videos, just kind of walking around the streets of Ajijic. I would walk into shops, talk to people, talk to business owners, and that's how we got started. There are so many. This is a wonderful shop. This guy's from Michigan, but I think he's Lebanese. This is a wonderful shop. I think it's right across the street from Oxo. If you know the name of this place, like Jack Webb, this guy makes his own cheese, his own muffins, and so I interviewed him. Just go in there and talk to him. Everybody, I think he makes wine too. He has Munster cheese, which is kind of hard to find in Mexico. He bakes bread. This is one of the joys of living in Mexico, and this is one of the joys of living in Ajijic. Ajijic isn't for me, but but it's Ahiheek for a condensed place the size of Ahiheek. Ahiheek is the bomb. All the little places that you can, all the little delis and restaurants they have, and the musicians, these retired musicians. If you think about Keith Richards, Keith Richards got to be 80 by now. I know Mick Jagger is, but they can jam, and they got musicians like that in Ahiheek, and they play. And you can find all kinds of really cool stuff in Ahiheek, including places like that. Okay, now let me get back here to what's going on. I'm thinking the green card comment is talking about the residence card. And Ms. Sam says the green card is the equivalent to my permanent residency card. It's an alien card. Well, happy to have you as an alien, Ms. Sam. I'll see you in Morelia. And here is my new neighbor in Morelia, David. David bought a house in Morelia, and I think it's like, I've showed you pictures of his house. He paid like $100,000 for a house in Morelia. And I think and then he called me up. He called me up on the phone one day. I'd never talked to him before. I'd never emailed him before. He called me. We talked for like an hour. But David, happy anniversary. It's a beautiful morning here in Morelia. And Brian Maiden is dishing out the cash. Thank you very much, Brian. Congratulations on your 3rd year on YouTube. And I thank you for contributing to the channel. Hey, I'm just glad that I can still do it. And look who is in the house now. I think she's in GDL. Happy 3rd anniversary from Guadalajara. Hot and beautiful. But the great thing, having lived in Guadalajara, the great thing about Guadalajara is that it may be hot, but as long as you're inside, it's cool. And I've never experienced humidity in Guadalajara. But Jacqueline from South Africa, hot. Good for you at the end of January. Enjoy, girl. You just enjoy yourself on. So let's get back to some video highlights. When I exited my last relationship, I went directly to the Hotel Posada, which is like a block away from it's wonderful. They have a great restaurant that opens at like, I don't know. If you stay there, you get breakfast for free. The rooms, it's not the Marriott, but it's very nice. Make sure you stay on the 3rd floor because then you can hear the lake. It's right on the lake. Right near downtown. And look, you can walk out the restaurant. You can eat out here. This is the Hotel Posada. I have their contact information. I have their contact information at buildthegeek.org under the FAQs page. I've stayed at the Hotel Posada several times, and I think the last time I stayed there was like $75 a month, which in Mexico is a little pricey, but the people are very friendly. The people at the front desk speak English, and it's 2 blocks away from almost everywhere you want to go in Ahiheek. Very safe, very quiet. But if you do stay there, they have rooms on the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor. They have a pool. Make sure you get a room on the 3rd floor because that's going to give you an okay view of the lake. And when you go to sleep at night, if you open the windows, you can hear the lake. And it's almost an ocean sound, which really surprised me. And their restaurant is fabulous. It's worth visiting, but this was one of my first videos, and I got to show you this clip This is wild right here. Because the way that I found Mazatlan was through meeting Robert. And Robert owns Reina Del Mar Bed and Breakfast, but he also owns a sex shop, a dildo shop in Ajijic called Wilds. And here is the first time I met Rob. There's Rob right there, and that is the front of his sex shop. He didn't know me. I didn't know him. And I said, hey, I think this is probably the first YouTube video I ever did. And I said, hey, I'm Bill, and I'm making my YouTube video, and I would like to interview you for my video. And he oh, really? And we talked for a little bit. And you can see he has his mask there for COVID. I had no clue he owned a Airbnb. He said, oh, come on in. Come on in. And there's a bunch of stuff I had to cut out of this video because the stuff that he has in his shop, I can't look. Dildoria. That's what it is, a dildoria. Oh, that's funny. But he's got stuff behind the counter there I could not put on YouTube. So I put up that video, and then I think like 6 months later, Rob called me up and he says, Bill, I own a bed and breakfast in Mazatlan. We do a tour through there, and it's a week long. And if you come on the tour and make videos, then you can take the tour for free and stay in my bed and breakfast. And the bed and breakfast architecturally is fabulous. And it's like a half block away from the Malecon. At the beginning of the Malecon, it's a half block away from the ocean. They have a great swimming pool and bar. And it was after 2 days in Mazatlan with Rob, he took me all the places that I wanted to see. And I fell it with his help. I fell in love with Mazatlan. So there you go. Let's get back and see what be happening up here in Message Land. TD Mac, I think he's in beautiful German Village. Great. German Village is in Columbus, Ohio. And for those of you that join us regularly, I always tell people that if I were going to live in Columbus, Ohio, German Village is the bomb. And it's a German community, thus the name German Village. And I'm sure Schmidt's Sausage House is still there. They have the Bahama Mama bratwurst sandwiches. Oh man, you can chow down on some German food at Schmidt's Sausage House. Thank you for joining us, DT and Mary Jane, contributing to the channel. Thank you so much, Mary Jane, and Jacqueline in Guadalajara, contributing to the channel. Thank you all so very much. Jack Webb in Western Ajijic, across the street from my Airbnb is Jorge's Bar. I smoke a pipe. Only place I found I can smoke at a table. Yeah, restaurants down here. When I went out to, I smoke an occasional cigarette. Yes, I do. I smoke an occasional cigarette if I'm sipping on a beverage. Yes, I do. And yesterday, when I went to breakfast with Jimmy and Dr. Michelle, she pulled out we're at a restaurant, but we're at a beach table. So she pulled out a pack of cigarettes, and I said, "Oh, you smoke?" Because when you smoke, if you pull out a pack of cigarettes, people, they start preaching, blah, blah, I'm going to catch cancer from you and all that kind of stuff. So she pulled out a cigarette, just started smoking. We're smoking on the beach at the restaurant. And some places it looks like you can't smoke, but if you ask the waiter, you can say, "Can I smoke in here?" they'll say, sure, yeah, and they'll bring you an ashtray. So it really varies from restaurant to restaurant as far as how enforcement of smoking laws go. Rango, happy anniversary. And Rango has just contributed to the channel. Thank you all. Thank you all first for just showing up today and sharing the joys of living in Mexico together. I'm looking at the wrong channel here. And look who is in the house, none other than Dr. John of Crapo Productions, a.k.a. We call him Dr. John, Joe Griffin. Late check-in, partly sunny in New Jersey. I hope your children and your grandchildren are doing great. I think the first time I went live, I think Dr. John was the only one that was there. He's been, and I've only been going live for like 2 years. This is the 3rd year anniversary for videos. I didn't even know what live was in my first year. I think my first time I went live, it was me and Dr. John, and I think the live broadcast probably lasts for like 3 or 4 minutes, something like that. Thank you very much, Dr. John. Brian Maiden. I watched another YouTuber. He was in the German Village. German Village is the bomb. James and Rena Cigar Bar in Ahihi. David. Dildoria. It's hilarious, man. That's what it is. Dildoria. And he's proud of it. He tells, I got a dildoria. Yeah, and Ahihi can. Oh, you ought to. And he talks about his customers too, if you let him. And they're mostly elderly gringos, women. Yeah, sure. Them elderly gringo women like the dildo. I'm just saying. Verlene, Ola, Bill went to La Ventana the other day. It's 45 minutes from La Paz. World famous kite surfing. It was amazing. A must see. Oh my God. This is January. I wish I would have known about that. Wow. Thank you very much. I will be calling you in the very near future because I believe that La Paz is going to be my next trip. Okie dokie. The Alibi Lounge in Ahihi. Okay. Let me turn that off. And then we have Katrina the Maker. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Thank you for showing up. We have 68 people in the house and 32 likes. People are contributing to the channel. Great to see you here, Katrina. Great. Thanks everybody for just showing up and having a good time. William Stoneman, German. I skipped William Stoneman. The only legal place to smoke tobacco in Mexico is inside private homes or private outdoor spaces. The country now has one of the world's strictest anti-tobacco laws. Tourists who smoke could be fined. And just yesterday, the people that I went out to breakfast with, Jimmy and Dr. Michelle, they told me that vaping had been totally made illegal in Mexico. And in Morelia, and David helped me here, but in the main plaza is a huge plaza. It's huge, and it looks like there are like 20 or 30 restaurants all the way around the plaza. And in stone, these beautiful signs outside of almost every restaurant, because almost every restaurant, they have little tables outside where you can eat and look at the plaza and watch people walk by and walk through. Every restaurant has a sign out there that says no smoking. So, and that's sitting outside near the plaza. So in Morelia, wow, yeah, I mean, whatever. DT, German Village, is all about brick houses, brick streets, and brick sidewalks. It's a fabulous, wonderful place. Oh, there's a restaurant I want to remember. Max and Irma's DT. Tell me, do they still have Max and Irma's? Is Max and Irma's still in business? Matt, happy anniversary. Matt, thanks for showing up again this week and love you much. Thank you for contributing to the channel. Okay. Are there any liquor distilleries in the Chapala area or tequila? I'm sure there are. Jack Webb, James and Rena, if you're out there, please let DT know. Tobacco laws are not enforced around Lake Chapala, but really see so few people smoking. Yeah, it's all about enforcement. It's all about enforcement. Okay, let's see now. What did I miss? Jacqueline, let's remember to click that like button. We got 65 people in the house and 35 likes. Right on with the right on. Thank you very much, Ms. Sam, to your 3 years having such a great program. I'm working on it. Oh, that's too bad because Max and Irma's used to be, that was the place in German Village to go. But let me get back to some more video clips here. Okay, now, here we go. Hold on. Oh, now this is a Chapala meat shop. Now, this is how it should be done. This guy's got fresh chickens right from the farm. He's going to cut that whole chicken up for you. And see how fast he works? You don't even have to wait long. Look at how fast he moves with that knife. And he just slices and dices, get that chicken. He'll cut that chicken up any way you would like it. Put it in a little plastic bag. And all the meat markets are like this. They learn how to cut up a chicken really fast so you don't have to wait. Then I wanted to get some ground beef. I wanted, let me turn off that comment here. Then I wanted to get some ground beef. And so I said, hey, can you make me some ground beef? So there you go. Look at that piece of meat right there. That was probably a live cow 5 hours before it hit his shop. So he's going to cut off some lean meat, throw it in the machine. Look how fast he moves. Yeah, he's going to, I wanted ground beef. Yeah, for my Silly Billy chili. There you go. It's ready to go. Look, that didn't take 30 seconds. That's how fast and hard working. And this is like fresh. I think this shop is this is outside the plaza in Chapala. Got my fresh chicken. Got my fresh beef. And when I was like 13, I had a job at Bruner's Meat Market in Columbus, Ohio on Sullivan Avenue, owned by Mr. Bruner. And I was a friend of his son. I was 13. I worked there every Saturday through the school year for $1.25 an hour, 13 hours a day. I was the produce boy. And it was a meat market. I'd never been at, my family never took us to meat markets, but all the meat was fresh. And then in the summertime, I would work on Monday through Saturday, 13 hours a day, $1.25 an hour at the meat market. I put out the fresh strawberries and corn and tomatoes, and I'd pick out watermelons. And but that's what you want to find. You want to find somewhere where you can find fresh poultry, beef, pork, where they just killed the animal like 30 minutes ago. You might at some meat shops, they might have cows and pigs right out the back door. They just go out there and shoot one, and then you got fresh food and eggs, fresh chickens. I'm having great memory. Okay now. Okay. COVID took them out. That's too bad. James and Rena. the town of Tequila is about an hour and a half away. Yes, I did a video on Tequila. And when I lived in a place called El Arenal, which is like only 15, it's right between Guadalajara and Tequila. But yeah, oh yeah, go to Tequila and you can have a good time. If you're going to go to Tequila, I would really suggest you stay for 2 nights. Get a hotel right on the plaza so that you can drink tequila. And I ate out for food, you know, and just have a good time. They have tequila tours. Who is it? Jose Cuervo's headquarters is there. It's just amazing. What else is going on? I meant tequila distillers. I don't know about that. I'm thinking, or distilling, not sure, or breweries. I'm not sure. Hola. Thank you so much for your compliment. And make sure you click that subscribe button. No tequila produced around the lake. Worth a trip to. Thank you, James and Rena. And they live there in San Antonio, right between Chapala, Ajijic. I believe they're starting out their 2nd year there. Yes, 2 nights in Tequila is a great trip. Fortaleza Tequila. He's a connoisseur. Okay, let's get back to some of these exciting videos that I have lined up. Okay, Meat Shop Robert. Oh, and then after I started the channel, then I got the drone. And I have a Mavic drone, and it's awesome. Supposedly, I can send it out 2 miles. And with my Apple 8, with my iPhone 8, I can look into the iPhone 8 and I can see exactly where the drone is. I can map out where it's going to go. I can make it do special tricks. Right now, it's doing a trick called Orbit, where it's flying right around me. And the great thing about where I was living is I could put the drone up in that big field and not have any problem. So in this image, in this drone, I'm sitting on my roof, and I want to send the drone out to this street. I'm on my roof. So I can see in my iPhone what the drone sees, and look at the visual aspect of this. Now I just want to send the drone down the street. You can see the lake straight ahead, and the drone has added so many of the thumbnails and images for my title pages come right from the drone. I love the drone, and it's fun to take it places, put it up. I put it up like right on the plaza in Guadalajara. It's a fabulous experience, and then many times I get to share views like this. I'm sitting on the roof, sun's starting to go down. I mean, how am I going to get a shot like this to share the joys of living in Mexico without the drone? I mean, but this is in Chapala. This is in Chapala, and how am I going to get shots like this? This is Chapala. That's the Malecon in Chapala. What a view. I mean, that paints a picture of Chapala. There you go. Of the cathedral. You're going to see the cathedral there. I've been on this corner on the Malecon. I've been here like 1,000 times. Chapala has a lot of characters, a lot more quiet than Ajijic. mucho menos gringos than Ajijic. It's a beautiful, clean, much more affordable than Ajijic. I'm just going to say cheaper. There you go. But that's and probably about the time that I got the drone, I was just still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the channel. So I was just going to places nearby. I mean, you can only go to Ajijic, Guadalajara, and Chapala so many times, and then you got to go to other places. And now, now we have a new focus. Oh, please. We got 60 people in the house, 38 likes. And remember to click that subscribe button. If you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe button because we have many more videos to come. Okay, now let's see what's happening. Yes, sounds like a needs. Oh, yeah. Definitely check out Tequila. We have a video on them. And I know that some people, I do talk about politics from time to time, especially with all the activity we have with the elections coming up. And I know that some people that turn some people off, but I got to talk about it. So I think that when I did the Dennis Gordon interview this week, that's only part one. We talked for like an hour and a half, so I broke that interview into 4 parts. The first part kind of introduces Dennis, and he talks about politics in the future videos, but we just introduced Dennis. In the next part, it's going to go into how much he just literally loves living in Mexico. He's 77. He's having such a great time. He loves it. That video will come up next Thursday. And then we have 2 more parts. He moved to Portugal and he checked that out for 3 months. And he's going to compare Portugal to Mexico. And then there's another video. The final video will be about how he drove from Arizona 3 days and 2 nights at the age of 77 all by himself to Mazatlan. That will be the final video, but we will be putting out one of his videos each week. So we have about 3 more weeks of that. But I have to talk about the election just because I think it's important about what's going on in the United States. So I'm going to put up some videos on my perspective of what's going on with the United States. Some people may not like it, but I got to do it because I'm an American. And I like George Washington was an American. Chris Puss Addicts was an American. Frederick Douglass was an American. I'm an American, and I got things to say. So when those videos come out, they at the title will be Bill the Geek Unleashed. Bill the Geek Unleashed. So if you see a video that says Bill the Geek Unleashed and you don't want to hear about politics, don't watch the Unleashed videos because I'm a cut loose and I know some people are going to be upset. I'm just warning you. I don't think any of the Unleashed videos will be coming out for about another 3 or 4 weeks, but they're coming. They're coming. I'm just letting you know. We got a lot of people in the house. We got 73 people in the house, 46 likes. We got people contributing to the channel. And let's see what's going on here. Honestly, do you know if vet prices are cheaper in Chapala area? Oh my, they want $1,500 here in Canada to clean my tiny dog's teeth. No, man. Honestly, man, no, that is not going to happen in Mexico. Let me tell you this. I need to get my teeth cleaned. I get it done every 6 months. I've had several crowns put on my teeth. And the last time, here's the story. I'm going to tell you how much it's going to cost you to get your dog's teeth cleaned. Here you go. The last time I got my teeth cleaned, I went with a female friend of mine, and we both went. We got our teeth cleaned, and for the two of us to get our teeth cleaned cost 425 pesos. That's like $22 for two people. Two people, not even dogs. We weren't dogs. We were people. Two people, $22. Two. There you go. When I was in Puerto Vallarta, I used to get my teeth cleaned. The dentist, I'd walk 2 blocks to the dentist. It was 600 pesos. I don't know why it was so expensive in Puerto Vallarta, but 600 pesos is like $30 for one person. And the good thing about many veterinarians in Mexico, or where I've lived in Mexico, Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara, Chapala, Ajijic, many of the veterans will come pick your animal up, take it to their place, and do their thing. But if it's only going to cost a human, I'm going to say getting your teeth cleaned as a human in Mexico, I think on the high end, it's going to cost you $50. I mean, maybe an Ajijic, it might cost $50. I don't think so. But if a human can get it done for $50, I bet a vet's going to do it for like $10 or $20. Yeah, there you go. That's what I think. Healthy. Okay, let's see what's going on now. Okay, now here we go. Dave, my man, Dave James, thank you for contributing to the channel. That'll pay my rent for this month. Is greatly appreciated, Dave. Verlaine, have you seen direct flights from La Paz to Mazatlan? I can't seem to find any online. Verlaine, I'll be looking into that. As I've been saying, I think for the last couple of weeks, I'm holding off on booking my flight to La Paz until the 5th of February. And I'm going to start looking at that. Mr. Stoneman, Mr. William Mustache Stoneman turned me on to Google Flights, and his travel information has been very good. And Verlaine, I don't know if you checked out Google Flights? I haven't yet. So I'll be checking that out. In fact, this is the last week of January. February is leap year. We have 29 days in February. So I will be checking that out next week, and I will let you know what I find out. I think I'm looking at the wrong camera. I should be looking at that camera. Okay, very good. James and Rena. We love our vet in our area. Prices are great versus up north. Thank you, James and Rena. I didn't even know that you had an animal. Please share with us what type of animal you have. James, is that in Chapala? Okay. Let me, fortunately, I have, here we go. Okay. James and Rena live between Ajijic and Chapala. And from Chapala to Ajijic, I'm going to say it's like a 10-minute drive. They live in San Antonio, which is, it's like a 1-minute drive from Ajijic on a good day. And when I say on a good day, because there are so many people in Ajijic and everybody has a car. So a drive through the main drag in Ajijic should never take more than like 3 minutes. But I've driven in through there sometimes. It takes like 2 hours. You just sit in your car. Nobody. But anyway, James and Rena live in San Antonio, and that's where Jack Webb owns property. in San Antonio, which is like 1 minute from Ahiheek. Woo! Wow, I'm trying to keep all of this together now. James and here you go. Oh, look at this. Teeth cleaning is probably $20 USD, if that much. There you go. Dogs, it is a big operation under anesthesia. That's because you're in Canada. Time to move. 2 cats. Oh, yeah. And here's Terry Don Marshall. Hola, Terry Don. Sorry I didn't answer my phone yesterday because I was at breakfast with Dr. Michelle and Jimmy. My phone was ringing. I didn't even look at it. But I listened to your message, and you had a question about StreamYard. So not today, but maybe sometime this week we can talk about that. Terry Don has a podcast. She's going to interview me next Friday, and we'll see how that goes. Talk about Bill the Geek Unleashed. Woo! James and Rena, we walk to our vet next to my barber, who is next to a taco stand. That's Mexico. That, James and Rena, that is the joys. I mean, that's the joy of living in Mexico. Wherever you are, move to Mexico, man, especially if you're in the United States. I mean, what? Look at that. Our vet is next to my barber, and the barber is next to our taco stand. That's what's so cool. And James and Rena, I know that they have a nice electric car. They love it. But they can walk. You can walk around. You meet people. You see things. Life is wonderful all the time. Mexico is the bomb. But I truly think that the U.S. government can't tell people how wonderful and safe Mexico is. Because imagine if all the elderly people on Social Security knew for a fact that Mexico was safer than the United States, and that they could live in Mexico for half the money they were paying in the United States. They can pay half the money, live safer, then who's going to stay there? Oh, and the people that I had breakfast with yesterday, they had been walking all around Mazatlan. They were living in away from the ocean in Mazatlan. And Dr. Michelle said, she's a doctor of accounting. She said, we can't do this in Florida at night. Like, just go out and walk around. You might get shot. You might get shot just walking around. And we live in a good neighborhood. Yeah, whatever. I said too much. I'm sorry. We got 71 people in the house and 47 likes. Lenora Wilson, I'm glad Lake Chapala has a good vet. I have an older dog looking to bring her when we travel there. And I'm going to say they have a lot of vet shops all over Mexico. Medicine is really different in Mexico than in the United States because the doctors, the veterinarians, I'm going to say that they don't do it to make money. Sure, they like money, but they do it because they want to help people. And let me say this. I had and I'm sorry if some of you have heard this before, but I had a foot problem. I looked down at the bottom of my foot one day, and it was like it had dried up, and there was kind of a hole in it, and I was freaking out. Oh no, like my foot's going to fall off or something like that. Oh, this is terrible. So I went to the foot doctor, and I go to the foot doctor. Where was this? This was in Chapala. No, was this Chapala? No, I was in Guadalajara. So I go to the foot doctor in Guadalajara, and he looks at the foot, and he said, oh no, your skin is just dry. So he sanded my foot, moisturized my foot. He says, no, your feet are just fine. It took him like an hour. He worked on my foot for an hour. It was excellent information, excellent work. And when he got done, I said, okay, so how much do I owe you? It took him an hour. And he told me, 200 pesos. 200, he was with me for an hour, and 200 pesos is like $10. And he did an excellent job. Medicine, people aren't, what, you go to your doctor in the United States, you spend an hour with them, you get a bill for like $9,000 or something like that, so that they can send their kids to Harvard, okay? Take a trip to France and Paris with his whole family on the money that you paid him an hour to do, whatever. So, but healthcare in Mexico is fabulous, and the doctors, the veterinarians, they do it because they love it. They love to help people, and many people are shocked. Many people are shocked when they will go to see a Mexican doctor with a problem, and the doctor will work with them and get everything all worked out. And then they'll get a call at home at like 7, 8 o'clock at night. And the doctor's calling to ask them, well, how are you doing? Are you okay? Did you take your medication? Yeah, this is a totally different story down here. David, my neighbor in Morelia, what camera am I doing here? Let's go over this camera. Okay, David, the last time I took my dog to the vet in the U.S., it cost me $100 just to walk in the door. That's funny. They just rip you off in the United States. I remember I went to live in Montgomery Village in Maryland, which is like 17 miles away from Washington, D.C. My dad was dying. This is like 11 years ago. And, he had a 4-bedroom house, 4-bathroom in one of the nicest neighborhoods in the United States. He's living there all by himself. He was having problems, so he was dying. So I went there for what? I was in Puerto Vallarta. I left there to go live with him. He died. 4 months later, I came back. But we had a problem with the washing machine. And he said, call Sears. Dad was a Sears freak, because Sears would come to your house. So Sears came to the house to fix the dryer. They knock on the door and they said, okay, it's here. So far, it's $165 for us to show up and knock on your door and not do any work yet. It's $165. And that was 10, 11 years ago. Whatever. I just had to share that story. Jacqueline, dogs have to go under, and they don't know if they will wake up. Oh, okay. I don't know about that. Honestly, uninterested. I know Findel is dangerous, but I once let a dog's teeth go and she got blood poisoning and ended up dying. Well, good luck with that. I don't know anything about it. Denise, John, what is the temperature like in Lake Chapala? Well, tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Google and I'm just going to type in Chapala, Mexico weather. Let's do that. And Google says that in Chapala, Jalisco, right now, it is 62 degrees. And at 4 p.m., it is going to be 78 degrees. And it's going to be sunny, 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 no rain at all, partly cloudy in parts of the week. And if we look at the 10-day weather forecast in Chapala, let's see what it says. All week, it's going to be about 69 to 80 degrees, mostly sunny all week. And Chapala is said to have the best weather on the planet Earth. And the good thing about Ajijic Chapala, rather than Guadalajara, is there's so much smoke and stuff from traffic and factories in Guadalajara. And if you drive, and Guadalajara is only like an hour away from Ajijic, Chapala. And if you drive from Guadalajara to Ajijic, Chapala, right before you get to Chapala, Ajijic, you go over this mountain. And you're on top of this mountain and you can look down and see the lake. It's so beautiful. And once you start coming down, all the dirty air is behind you. And all of a sudden the air feels all clean and fresh. It's awesome. It's awesome. And then we have the real true local report from James and Rena. High of 75, low of 55. And I bet they don't have any snow in the forecast. Brian Maiden, I went to a walk clinic in PV, Puerto Vallarta. Doctor looked at my leg, cleaned it up, and did not charge me. It's crazy. Healthcare is crazy in Mexico. One time, I fell down, and I got a big slit across my forehead, and it was bleeding really bad. So in Mexico, you can actually go to the Red Cross, or the Red Cross will come and pick you up. But there was a Red Cross office like half a mile from where I lived. So I go to Red Cross, and they took me in, cleaned up the cut. They put stitches in my head and told me, come back in a week and we'll remove the stitches. And I asked them, well, how much does that cost? They said, nothing. Okay, whatever. I still don't understand. Healthcare in Mexico is very good, and the doctors actually care about you. We have 67 people in the house and 49 likes. Click the like button. We make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. We have many more videos to come. So please click that subscribe button. William Stoneman. I had to visit a doctor in Sayulita. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, and see, look. And William Stoneman has, I need to put up, I have a map on everywhere William Stoneman has told me he has been. I need to keep that map here so I can always get to it. But William Stoneman has traveled throughout Mexico extensively. So we did a video on Sayulita, but 420 pesos was for an exam and some drugs. 420 pesos, that's like $22. $22, and I bet the service was fabulous. Healthcare in Mexico is the bomb. Lenora Wilson's talking. People are talking today. That's the truth. One dog's passed away due to the extreme cost to treat her. $150 for emergency vet walking in without treatment, and not excluding costs to end life. Yeah, man. Yeah, they be ripping you off in the United States. Those people that tell you don't come to the United States, they're tripping. They're on fentanyl. They just want money. They want people to stay in the United States to give up that cash. Okay. I love the United States, but heck, I'm not staying there just to make the rich people get richer. No, I can't afford to live nicely and safely the way that I do now in Mexico. If you want to experience love and joy every day, and when I went to breakfast with these people yesterday, Dr. Michelle and Jimmy, she said they were so happy every minute of their 2 weeks here, and they'd never been here to Mazatlan before, was just filled with love and joy. And she said they're leaving. Dr. Michelle said they're leaving tomorrow morning. That's Sunday. And she said, when I leave Mazatlan on Sunday, when I get on the plane, I am going to cry. I'm going to cry when I leave Mazatlan. And that's what we do at the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. And I didn't say that we just started a new Facebook group. It's called Mexico Expats Bill Dallas Lewis. If you want to join, there's a link to this Facebook group in the description below. And I'm learning about what to do with the Facebook group. You know, what do I put on there? I'm going to put all the videos up there. But you can join the groups and start posting whatever you want. And it's very secure. It's a very secure group. You have to be approved by me to get into the group. I can throw you out of the group. Most messages have to be approved, but we only have about 60 group members. Just started last week. But if I see your name and I know who you are, then I can give you like permanent posting abilities. So you can just post anything you want, talk to each other. And so I'm just learning how to be a Facebook group. People, that's brand new. Okay, now here we go. Let's see what I'm missing here. Brian Maiden. Also last week when I was in PV, I had to go to the hospital to x-rays and blood work and consultation with the doctor. Cost me 1,733 pesos. Oh, was that dollars? Canadian. That hurt way too much. Really? Brian, is that pesos or dollars? Because that's like 5,000 pesos. Yeah, that's kind of surprising. Jacqueline, can anyone recommend a ENT doctor in Guadalajara? Good luck with that. Oh, now hold on a second. Jacqueline. Okay, let me try something here. Let me look something up here. An ENT doctor in Guadalajara. Okay. Here we go. I'm almost there, doctor. Here we go. Okay, let's try this. Here we go. I think this is what we're looking for. Here we go. Okay, Jacqueline, try this. Let me copy this link and let me paste it in here. And Jacqueline, try that. This is a website. It is called Doctors at Home. And this is my Mexican ex-wife. This is her son-in-law. His name is Aurelio. Now, Doctors at Home. He is a doctor. He is in Puerto Vallarta. But his wife is who's a PhD in marine biology. She is from Guadalajara. And he graduated from med school in Guadalajara. So I know that he knows a lot of doctors in Guadalajara. And though he lives in Puerto Vallarta, he speaks fluent English. And I believe that almost all of the doctors that he works with, he set up Doctors at Home so that, and I interviewed him on a video for our channel. And if you're in Puerto Vallarta and you get sick, you can call him. And he started all by himself. He has developed a network of doctors so that you can call one number, doctor will come to your house, get you all fixed up, blah, blah, blah. So go to that website. They speak English, and just ask them in English, do they know an ENT in Guadalajara? I bet they can help you out. Okay, here we go. James and Rena, 400 pesos for an ER quick care visit. USD and took less than an hour. There you go. Healthcare is good here. I would like to connect with people living in Lake Chapala area when I set up my visit to check out area. Okay, Lenore, I say this all the time. I tell people just go to Facebook. There are at least 10 Facebook groups of gringos in Chapala, Ahihic. Even if you don't like Facebook, go to Facebook, look for groups, and then do a search for expats, Ahihic, expats, Chapala, Americans living in Chapala, Americans living in Ahihic. And if you tell people, hey, I'm coming to visit, I would like to meet someone, or you can ask people in this group, you can ask them questions. Can I meet you for coffee somewhere? And these people, they've done it. They have moved here. They are visiting here. They will help you out. Try that. Crystal lived in Central Florida my whole life, and now it's a struggle with jobs, money, and I believe God has shown me Mexico because I never thought I'd leave the U.S. This info makes, hey, I'm telling you, man, Crystal, I have no desire to go to the United States. I have friends all over the United States. I have family in the United States. I don't want to go to the United States for a weekend. No, I don't want to go to the United States for a day. There's so much love and joy down here. I'm not leaving for a second. Why do people need AK-47s to go to Walmart? You know, why do people have to carry guns around just to drive your car to work? Why do we need to ban books? Why do we not want to teach certain forms of history in schools? No, Mexico is fabulous, Crystal, and we have many more videos to come. What camera am I doing? I'm doing this camera. We have many more videos to come. Click that subscribe button. We're here every Saturday at 10 a.m. KO. There are foreigner hospitals in PV that if you don't know any better, will soak you. Okay, yeah, be careful. Be careful. Ask around and join Facebook groups and ask around. What doctor should I go to? What hospital should I go to? Canadian dollars. That's a lot of money, Brian. 1,700 Canadian dollars. That's like $1,500. Yeah, be very careful. Here's the message that I put up for the ENT. Ray Garcia's down here. I had an urgent Lance procedure for 500 pesos in Morelia. Brian, there you go. Thank you very much. Thank you, James and Rena. Yeah, Brian, nobody pays $1,500 to go to the doctor in Mexico unless you get decapitated, however you say it, and they have to put your head back on. Or maybe you're in a car accident and all your arms and legs fall off. That might cost you $10,000 to get all that stuff put back on. But for what you had done, man, you got ripped off. That usually doesn't happen. X-ray or at a hospital in Ahihic, 400 pesos for a visit to the ER. Dr. John, who is a medical doctor. Years ago, the U.S. consulate in GDL provided a list of trusted doctors that spoke English. I expect that the Lake Chapala Society has a list of recommended doctors. Now, and Dr. John is actually a doctor in New Jersey right now. But and for those, LCS is the Lake Chapala Society. They do have a website. Just go to Google and look up Lake Chapala Society. This website, they are in Ahihic. They are smack dab in the middle of Ahihic. And a very wealthy woman. She died, and she left this big plot of land right in El Centro. It has a great building, a great garden with fountains. It's a fabulous facility. You can join. They have all kinds of they have when I got my oh my God, Alvaro, the attorney, he goes there once a week to help clients. I got my passport renewed there because the representatives from the United States consulate in Guadalajara, they go there once a month to help people renew their passports. So the Lake Chapala Society, if you're in Chapala, if you're in Ajijic, you definitely want to visit there, but check out their website for health information. That is the Lake Chapala Society. Okay. Brian Maiden, I did not realize it was a private hospital, but they were not letting me fly until I saw all these specialists, but I flew home a day after. God bless you, Brian Maiden. Okay. Oh, Brian, your bank can challenge that charge. Hey, challenge it. Challenge it, Brian. Happened to a friend after her bank reversed the charge, and they found the hospital had charged them twice on their card. Thank you, KO. Julie, thank you very much, and thank you for joining us today. Feel free, and Julie, feel free to click the like button and click the subscribe. Uh-oh, I clicked the wrong button. I don't know how I did that. Now, I'm getting confused. My brother-in-law, David, just had a kidney removed, and that only cost $1,500. Woo, that's still a lot. James, and doctors in Mexico are required to speak English to get a degree. Right on. I didn't know that. Yeah, man, that's cool. That's very cool. All right, we got 60 people in the house. We got 51 likes, and I still have some anniversary video clips to share. And I'm just going to hit some highlight videos here very quickly. Who is this one? Okay. Oh, now this. Where's this? If I'm not mistaken, this is Malaki. And actually, this town is called Barra de Navidad. Barra de Navidad. Very somewhat inexpensive. It's right on the ocean, and it's right next to Malaki. It was an excellent trip. Let me see if I can do this. Oh, here we go. Here we are walking to the Airbnb in Barra de Navidad. And look at this neighborhood. Walking to the Airbnb, and we're going to walk into the Airbnb. This Airbnb was $39 a night. Here we go. Let's go into the Airbnb in Barra de Navidad, right next to Malaki. You saw the neighborhood, but look at this really cool swimming pool, and look at the interior. You'd never think it was beautiful. $39 a night, fully furnished, very quiet neighborhood, very safe. These were some of the most comfortable beds I'd ever slept in my entire life. And it was like a 5-minute walk from Barra de Navidad, or in this infamous walk here. I believe this is Mezmaloya. And we're staying in that Airbnb with the Lexus in front. That's like $39 a night. 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. Walk down, right? I think this is I've been talking too long and my brain is leaving me. But it's and this town, I think it's Mesmaloya. That's what I think. Mesmaloya. I need to look at the map. And it's 8:00 in the morning. We're going to go in here where they're milking these cows, and you're going to see a guy here milking a cow here in a second. There he is, and you give him your cup, and he gives you some of that milk right out of the cow. And then they give you some really strong alcohol. It's like pure alcohol. And they put some coffee and some chocolate in that. And you drink it, and it tastes great. And it really messes you up. I had 2 cups of that at 8:00 in the morning. I was blasted. But it was good. But it was strong. This is all about the joys of living in Mexico, and let me say this, this is Barra de Navidad, which is right next to Malaki. Surely worth a trip, but it's right on the ocean. They have the place is filled with fabulous restaurants and excellent food, and to go there, but this is 1 year. I think this is like 2 years ago. Malaki, Barra de Navidad. I think this may be even pre-drone video, but this is what we do. We travel Mexico and share with you. Look at this. How can this not be joy? These are the joys of living in Mexico. How could this not be joyous? Yeah. And before I go back to comments, I gotta, here we are. This is Puerto Vallarta. I don't even know what they call that bridge there. But this is Puerto Vallarta. I was there for 10 years. I loved every day in Puerto Vallarta. I ended up moving from there to Guadalajara by accident. I'm glad I left Puerto Vallarta because then I got to explore Guadalajara. I got to explore Chapala, Ajijic, El Arenal, and now Malake, and many other places. But I loved Puerto Vallarta. I had a great time there, and I learned many things for 10 years. And these are just places. I only have a couple of more clips here. Got to show you this here. Oh, and then there's Guadalajara. And actually, this is Tlaquepaque, which I'm going to say it's in Guadalajara, but it really isn't. But if you're near Guadalajara, this is like a suburb. It's actually a municipality. I say, hey, can't you guys give each other a kiss? Go ahead. Give her a kiss. Go ahead. Oh, you going to do it? Are you going to do it? Yeah, there you go. I had to pay him 200 pesos for that. But this statue in Guadalajara is called the Scream. That is a priest, Hidalgo. There are many cities and streets throughout Mexico named after that guy. I think his name is Miguel Hidalgo, infinite famous. And this is called the Scream, screaming for independence and freedom in Mexico, in Tlaquepaque. There's so much history here in Mexico, so much beauty. And I got one more clip. This is just Puerto Vallarta from a different view. Mexico is the bomb. It's fabulous. Puerto Vallarta was a little too hot for me in the summertime. And that's the great thing about Ajijic, Chapala. And that's the great thing about Morelia, where I'm moving to. But the ocean is fabulous if you can take the heat in the summertime or leave. So, and this is the benefit over the last 3 years of having a drone. So those are my highlight clips. I'm looking at my videos to see if I missed anything. Da 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 da. Yep. Oh wait, I got to do this one more. I got one more clip, and this is a clip of Ahi Heek. Ahi Heek is beautiful. Look at all of those mountains, and they're kind of over to the right. You can see the main drag, but the beauty of all Ahi Heek, El Centro, the restaurants, the bars, the music, and the people surrounded right next to the beautiful lake. And I mean, it's beauty and the sunsets that you see, especially if you can live over there on the right side, up the hill just a little bit with a view of the lake. And here is the other side of Ahi Heek. And at the bottom of the screen, you see the little road there. And I believe that little road will take you to Walmart, to Jack Webb, and to James and Rena's house. The beautiful Ahi Heek skyline. Yeah, I mean, if you want to live, that's how you want to live, I would think. But let's go over here to comments and see who's talking. Let's see who's talking. Okay. Okay. Wow, I'm all backed up. I'm backed up. Oh, here we go. Brian Maiden. Brian Maiden, thank you all with the information. I'm sure everybody is very happy for you. James and Rena, they are building a school for nurses in the Chapala area. English retired, right on. Lenore Wilson, I'm changing my mother's driver's license to a state ID. Should I do it before I fill out her passport? I don't think that matters. I really don't think it matters. Julie, congratulations on your 3rd year anniversary. Love your channel and energy. I saw the new visa requirements for Mexico, and my husband and I are reconsidering Mexico. Yeah, really check out that, what is it called? The regularization program, where you can get in with no paperwork. Did a video on it like a month ago. You don't need any paperwork. You come in. Oh, but you have to have visited Mexico before to make it work, and your visa must be expired for it to work. But anyway, good luck. Dennis, John, Bill, I'm in the process of getting a crown in Toronto, 1,300 Canadian dollars. I have like 10 crowns in my mouth, got them all in Mexico. Each one was $200. There you go. Ms. Sam, the United States. The United States is the only country I know of that has institutionalized racism. Well, yeah, racism is not new. I had a religion professor at Dartmouth, and he said, there is nothing new under the sun. So, yeah, racism, sexism, you know, you have the Hatfield and familyism. Everybody in the history of man has always had some reason to get mad. That's funny, isn't it? Brian Maiden, I had so much fun in Malaki. The resort was right on the ocean. I didn't mention the resort. They have a golf course there too. We found a restaurant there. Can't remember the name, but it had to walk up a big flight of stairs, but we were only ones there. Great food in Malaki. Ms. Sam, implicit biases go on incessantly. I am happy to be moving to freedom. Come on down. Get out of there. It's like Tom Petty said, you don't have to live like a refugee. No. David, if you could pick 2 favorite places, what would they be? I would say my 2 favorite places right off the top of my head, place number one would be Guanajuato. Guanajuato was just the bomb. I mean, Guanajuato is incredible. They had everything. They had music. They had excellent food. The architecture is unbelievable with the little streets. It was incredible. I could live in Guanajuato. And I got to say, number two for me right now is Morelia. Right now, that's number two and number one. I think that Mazatlan has been a wonderful 2 years here almost. I've been here a year and a half. But it's just too hot in the summertime. The prices are really going up because of so many Canadians and Americans moving here, and they're taking advantage of it, just like Puerto Vallarta and Ajijic. And one of the reasons I moved to Mexico is because it's cheap down here. You should be able to buy a house for less, rent an apartment for less, and quality. This new place I'm going to rent, the quality is probably higher than where I'm living now. And I'm going to pay almost half as much. That's the way it should be in Morelia. So there's my Guanajuato, Morelia. There you go. That's what I think today. But in 3 more years, I would say that probably those two cities will change. There is my house. Oh, did I show your house? Was it in that video? David was in Playa del Carmen, Tulum last week. Very expensive. Yeah, you have to watch out for that expensive stuff. Okay, I think I missed something here. Oh, okay, I guess maybe not. Okay. Yeah. I stay away from expensive. Why do it? Taishuan. Hey, Bill, do you know how I can find Airbnb in Mexico City? Just open your Airbnb app and type in Mexico City. That's all you have to do. That's how you do it. Get the Airbnb app, put it on your phone, and then type in Mexico City. Bam! That's it. William Stoneman, my only disappointment with Ajijic is the lack of Uber service. Yeah, that's just no Uber. And if they have Uber service, and sometimes they show, because we would use Uber to go from Chapala to Guadalajara. And so we were in Chapala. So sometimes, or one time, Uber was there in about 15 minutes. But sometimes Uber would take like an hour and a half or 2 hours. So if you live, Uber, I'm just going to say it, Uber and Didi suck in Chapala, Ajijic. But if you live there and you don't have a car, all you have to do is just take taxis. And every taxi you take, get the taxi driver's card so that you can call them directly. And when I was in Chapala and I was not driving the car, which was for like 6 months, I had like 10 cards of different taxi drivers. And the taxis are pretty inexpensive anyway. So if you're going to live in Chapala, Ajijic, or visit Chapala, Ajijic, every taxi you take, get their card so you can call them when you need them. Brian Maiden, the owner of the restaurant in Milwaukee, cooked a fabulous supper for us, but took over the railing. You see all the crocodiles, but look over the railing and you see the crocodiles. Yes, I saw a crocodile for the first time last week in the canal on my walk in the morning swimming. There was a crocodile swimming across the canal. The first time I'd ever seen that in a year and a half. And if you're in Puerto Vallarta, many people go golfing and they let their dogs run around on the golf course. And sometimes the crocodiles will eat the dogs. Jacqueline, is Ajijic more expensive than Guadalajara? I would say yes. I just say a for sure yes. But the thing is, if you go to Facebook groups and start talking to people, you can find something. Okay, my cousin lives 2 blocks away from El Centro in Ajijic. She has a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. It's wonderful. It's in a great location. She pays $650 a month. It's fenced off. She has a private garage. It's just very secure, 2 stories. She's an artist. She has her art studio on the 2nd floor. And as she paints and looks out her window, she overlooks the lake. That's $650 a month. And she turned me on to the Facebook method of finding apartments through Facebook, posting what you want to find. I want 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I'm willing to pay $400 to $500 a month and let the people find you. So, Jacqueline, maybe you can find something in your budget in Ajijic. You never know. Look around. Okay, let's see what's going on. Taishuan, hi. Hey, Bill, do you know? Thank you very much for contributing to the channel. Thank you so much. Please click that subscribe button. Hey, Bill, do you know how can find Airbnb in Mexico, or who can I contact about that? I'm telling you, man, like I got my phone right over here. All you have to do, install Airbnb on your cell phone, and then just do a search for Mexican City. And your phone will just, I've done it throughout Mexico. You just put it in there. It doesn't matter. I mean, you could be in Europe. You could put in Airbnb London, and they'll show you all the Airbnbs. And I've done it. So you just click the search button, type in Mexico City. I'm telling you, man, that's it. That's it. Very simple. Terry Don Marshall. I don't see the link to your Facebook group page. Okay. Hold on a second. Oh, it should be down in the description, but here's what I'm going to do. Hold on a second. Okay. Let me open a new page here. Let me go here. Click this. Let me try this. Let me see. YouTube changed. Here you go. I'm going to paste. Here is the link. There is the link right there. That is the link to my Facebook group, Terry Don. I just posted it in chat. You can click that link and it'll take you right to the group. There's something else that I wanted to say. What was it? Okay. The buck stop here is hola, Bill and amigos. Glad to catch your live stream. Great to have you here. David M. Do you like Acapulco or Huatulco for a cheaper option on the coast? I've never been to either place. James and we love drivers. Oh, we have drivers' phone numbers. But having a car, to me, is a requirement lakeside. And James and Rena, yeah, I had a car the whole time I was in Guadalajara, Chapala, and Ajijic. And I loved every second of having a car. My cousin, who came down here from Montana, she left her car in Montana. She sold it, but now she lives in Ajijic. She bought a car, and she loves having a car. You know, you can go out, just you go where you want, when you want. Right now, I do not have a car, and I'm happy not to have a car. Brian Maiden. This has been a fantastic Saturday. Thank you, Bill, and all in the house. Have a great weekend and see you all next weekend. Okay, we've been at it for like 2 hours. If you're brand new and you want to contribute to the channel, and let me show this link. Oh, wait a minute. Have a great weekend. Bella, how you doing, Bella? You have a great weekend also. Here is the link to my Facebook group. You can always just go to Facebook, go to groups and search for Mexico expats Bill Dallas Lewis, and you will find the group. Okay, now hold on. Ray Garcia, David M. Both places are quite different vibe. Has no Malecon, but beaches are more beautiful and isolated. Very good. Cool. See, if I don't know, somebody knows. All right, you guys, it's time for me to go. Tomorrow, what am I doing today? Tomorrow, I'm putting up a video, my 3rd year anniversary video. I will show you many of the clips that I shared with you today. Tomorrow, me and my friend Michael are going to a sports bar, and we are going to watch the Chiefs-Raven game. I'm a Chiefs fan now because of Kelsey, the tight end, and Taylor Swift. I think that relationship is so cool. And my friend Michael is a Ravens fan. So we're going to watch the game starting at 1 p.m. my time. And so I'm getting ready to get out of here, and I'm getting ready to enjoy enjoy the joys of living in Mexico, James and Rena. If you're willing to walk 10 miles a day, then not having a car is fine. 20 miles between Jocotepec and Chapala means you many places to see. Yeah. And it all depends on where you live. Yeah, and what you're doing. Okay, you guys, I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Thanks for joining us. Even if you just spent 5 or 10 minutes or 20 minutes, you've been here the whole time. Thanks for coming. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Thanks for asking your questions. Thanks for clicking the like button. And thank you for subscribing. If you just subscribed for the first time, thank you so much. And if you contributed to the channel so that we can make trips and pay our internet bill and electric bill, thanks for doing that too. So I'm getting ready to get the heck out of here. I'm getting ready to get the heck out of here for today. We go live every Saturday. What am I doing now? We go live every Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Time. Love you all. Thank you so much for joining us this weekend. Have a great weekend. I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Mazatlan, Mexico. Adios, amigos, y que te vaya bien.